welcome to a huge project. I think it's about time for us to create my very first art studio, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's an entire moving series on my channel. I'll leave it down below in case you missed it. But basically, I bought a 100-year-old cottage and it's only 400 square foot, so we don't have much room to work with. Let me show you where we're currently at for the before section. You're gonna be a little bit shocked, but trust the process, I guess. This is the studio. Yeah. We only just moved in, so the bed is still here, a lot is still here. I don't know where the ladder's gonna go. Eventually we're gonna make this a studio. You're gonna have to bear with, this is a long journey. I'm thinking we'll pop some desks in here. The freezer is gonna have to stay here because the house is so small. You can see that empty house tour in the moving series, it's very small. Probably some shelving will stay here as well. And the reason it looks so bad is it's so small. This is the bedroom. We're treating the floorboards and we haven't put carpet down yet. So once the carpet goes down, we can pop everything in. This is the bathroom. So as you can see, there's a lot to do. The bedroom is the biggest room in the house. So once the bed is in there and all the furniture's in there and the stuff goes under the bed, we should have a lot more space in here. First things first, I want to go explore the town. I want to go in some charity shops and I want to see on the off chance that anyone has any furniture. I think there'll be 2 desks going along here. Maybe 1 standing desk and 1 ordinary desk, just so that me and my partner can be next to each other if we want to. We're both missing having a desk and somewhere to sit. If I pop him anywhere else in the room, he'll probably be on camera because I'm going to be by the window. So I think we're going to have to be next to each other. Should we go for a walk? We're going to head to a big furniture charity shop and hopefully we'll be able to find something. It's a pretty close fit. We have a desk, it's just about in. Whoa. The desk is dropped off and we're back to pick up another piece of furniture, but look how scary this shop looks like. We're gonna go have a look at it. So big. So big. This is so cool. Look at that. Wow, how much is this, do you think? Wow, we have to get this. How cool is this find? Look at it! This is awesome. Carpet. Okay, you ready for my crazy idea? So ever since we bought this house, there was a big concern of how do we fit a king-size mattress up those spiral stairs? The second option is to take down the entire stairs. The first is to vacuum pack it. And honestly, this worked. Can you believe that this actually worked? Look at it. The second option would have been a whole lot of hassle, so I am so glad that this worked. Yay! Whoa, that worked really fast. And it's up. We need to sort out this room. It's messy. I don't even know where to begin. maybe the desk. Because if we can get this into a working desk, we can fill the drawers and that's it. And I really don't want anything to be on there yet. I want to keep that lovely because, like, look at it. We need to keep it lovely. Even though the mess isn't immediately looking better, it's more organised and I now know where things are. In order to have this art studio office space, we've actually given up the living room. This house has 4 rooms, a kitchen, bedroom, bathroom and living room. So this art studio will replace that. And I must admit, when we were telling other people that we weren't going to have a sofa, we weren't going to have a traditional living room, a lot of people really didn't understand it because we do eat dinner upstairs in bed. And many months down the line, I can say that this has worked amazing for us. And you really have to do what's best for you, even if that means converting the entire living room into an art studio. Well, I've now put the art section in one corner. I don't know where it's gonna go. We've got like 2 shelving units, so I'm hoping everything will fit on there. I ordered a chair and I hope that's what's in here. Ooh, it's pink. Look at it, we have a chair. I think this one has the instructions in, so we should do this one first. A chair. Yay. This is the current situation. That looks so cute. Can we just appreciate? That might actually be a Pierre Sablo. And if it is, underneath it could be very colourful and it might actually be worth more than I paid. We're just going to ignore that area. That area is causing a lot of problems and that's why the desk isn't currently there. This is the desk. We've put it up against this wall and there's a load of boxes and everything. I've got a lot of stuff to do on my computer. I've got a lot of editing to do and at least now I've got somewhere to sit. Eventually all of this will probably end up on this wall when we can use this wall. I've got lots of videos to edit. I'm not going to be filming any new ones for a while. So honestly, I'm probably not going to see you for a long while now. Do you remember the wall I showed you last time? Well, we kind of tore it down last night and this is what it looks like. Well, the builder said we could tear apart the wall and we'd save money if we did. So we did it. And it turns out a 1920s house. It's just made of brick. Literally just brick. That's all that's there. Well, that was a really successful day. We've got the wall all fixed. Obviously it needs to be painted, but it looks pretty good, doesn't it? So in theory, we can put the desk there now, minus that. We'll do that another day, it still needs to be painted. So does this wall. This wall needs another layer. I cut my hair into a new shag cut and it looks a little bit crazy. I used the same Bread Mondo tutorial again, but I've slept in it, so it's a little bit mad right now. I don't know, I think with the pink it works. I think it has a bit more personality. Good morning, this is the current setup. We are right in the middle of the room. The wall is looking pretty decent. I've just put cork along the bottom, so once that's dry, we should be able to move all of this over here. The desk has moved and I brought this shelf in. Should we finally unpack some of these boxes? Let's just move my wood. The biggest, most awkward thing is probably the envelope, so we should find a home for those first. I don't think this is gonna fit. Ooh. Okay, it does fit. I managed to fit both envelopes and thank you cards on that shelf, but this one, I've got the mount boards in as well as books. I don't know if they're gonna fit in the white Kallax. It's heavy. I think this might be the next box. I think it's got a lot of my papers and sketchbooks in. That used to be the bottom shelf, but we're gonna have to put it in the middle, I think. As far as storage goes, we've got this black shelving here. We've got a big white IKEA Kallax, they are so good. The little pencil stand we picked up last time. Those drawers and those shelves in the desk. That's pretty much all we've got for storage. So we need to try and make it work. It feels so weird us unpacking everything now after we just packed it recently. I don't know why it feels odd. It was kind of inevitable. It feels a bit more real. It's the big paper pads. Can we just appreciate how lovely this shelf looks now? This is every single sketchbook I have. I'm pretty sure this is everything that I've finished or I'm working on. Look what I found. So I don't know if these are gonna stay here. I still need to find my jelly brush. I don't know where my jelly brush is. All of this kind of stuff and the paint tube should be going around the desk or in the pencil stand. We have a slight problem. This box that I thought was just books. Do you see that? Do you see that? We have more mounts in here. The ladder will go somewhere at some point, but we do actually have 3 drawers here, which I think art supplies. This box here is the smallest last one that we've packed together, and it's kind of loose stationery stuff, and I think this will be perfect. I do have more art supplies upstairs, but I'll just see what we can fit in here. Just about. Oh, okay. I have found brush. I think that's going to go up on the shelf. Kind of things that I might reach for when doing the doodle diary. Actually, I might put them in. No, I'll leave them in here. It's fine. Can't make my mind up. I'm sure things are going to be moved around anyway. I'm going to put those in there. Absolute steal. This won't be staying here. Obviously we need to move the ladder first, but honestly it doesn't actually look too bad. The question is, do we leave it as it is, a little bit worn, a little bit rustic since it is old, repaint it, try and make it look nicer in this style, just do some patchwork, or we could do a completely different style with it. Do we return it to what it might have originally looked like? You can see the first shelf was originally green or blue. The second one is red, and then the bottom one is either green or blue. I think it's a PSLer. I think you can see the colour underneath enough that I think that's what it was originally. I don't think it's a dupe. I think it actually is. I don't know if they did that back in the day as much as they do now. What do you think? Let me know down below. What would you do with this? Patch it up, leave it, try something completely new, or return it back to what it used to be. I do actually have more of these boxes coming in the post, but I don't know if they're going to fit all of them in, so we might still be keeping that. This is wonky. I'm going to need to pop it on something. You would not believe how unstraight the entire floor is. Like, it's so obvious. This is how we're looking. I don't think it's too bad. I'm gonna call it done for today. Obviously there's a little bit more space there. I don't think that's gonna stay here. I think that's gonna have to be changed. We've got all of the art book collection, so I have no clue where they're gonna go. Two very exciting packages have arrived. They came from the same order, from the same company, so I don't know why there's two. They're quite big as well. I don't think they're actually that big. I think it's just padding, but let's open them. I couldn't find any cute scissors, so we built this. So my first YouTube investment was this camera that you're looking at. I got that for Christmas. This is the second YouTube investment I've done. It's a little bit scary, but I'm so excited. Oh, and I bought all this myself. Oh, this is small. It's an LED light. I was gonna get a softbox and then I asked my friends and they said no, basically don't get it because they're so big and they're not worth it. So I ended up going for this one, which was actually recommended by Anthony at ADC Art Attack, and it kind of clips to the table and I think it's gonna be really cool. When I show you the setup, it will make sense. We'll set that all up a little bit later. This is actually the really big one. That one is something that I have wanted just because the lighting isn't great in this room and I haven't been able to do time lapses really because the sun's been a bit crazy, but this is the one I'm really excited for. What? Do you see how much packaging is in that box? Oh, that is heavy. This is a wall mount. It doesn't advertise it as being used for cameras, but I don't see why I couldn't. Okay, my slight concern is it goes on the wall like this. This is how I would use it. The screw is currently here, which if it goes on the bottom of a camera means it would be looking that way. Oh. Hopefully my desk will be sturdy enough for this. I wanted to improve my filming setup for a long while, but because I was in a flat, I couldn't put anything on the walls. And because I didn't have space for a desk, I wasn't able to like clamp anything to the desk. Looks a little bit extra. This is the light. The reason I went for this one is because I have a window here and a window here. So really I need a little bit of light here and I think this will be perfect for that. Okay, it looks better in real life. It does look better in real life. I mean, there's no real harsh shadow. I don't know. I like it. I think the lighting's quite soft, but I'm not a fan of the shadows on my hand. I don't know. I think there's quite a bit of shadow. Okay, so firstly, I wondered if my reflector might help with this. It does soften it a little bit, but I don't feel like it does much. So if I go like this, you can see the problem, right? The other option, which would probably work absolutely fine. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I've just ordered a wire detector so that we can screw some holes because I don't want to get electrocuted. We can't really do a lot right now. I do have two very interesting hauls coming up that are related to this studio. First, we got a Temu haul. There's actually two bags here. And it's all kind of desk and office and art studio supplies, so it's related and I think that's going to be a fun one. Secondly, we're doing a big small business haul, but honestly it doesn't look very big at all because they're mostly prints. I'm just waiting on one more thing to arrive. That's coming from the States, so I have no clue when that's going to arrive. I don't have tracking. So I've got 3 packages here that I desperately want to open. I've got the Temu haul that I can't open until we get the overhead camera, and I've also got an upgrade package because I'm doing a collab with them. So I've got loads of packages that I can't open yet because I need the overhead camera. I'm being very restrained. This is the wall that we've got. It's going to have a pegboard on one side and then a huge collage of prints on the other side. This wall we're going to be painting for a future video. I'm thinking something like lilac checks with plants. I think the light is decent. I think it will grow on me when I can figure out the settings. Once we've popped this up, we can actually make a start on filming a ton of videos and opening products, but I can't do anything until the wire detector arrives. So I'll see you then. Honestly, I filmed so many videos today. That big pile I finally got to open. Yesterday, me and my partner put this in and it's looking pretty good. It seems pretty solid. I mean, it's holding my camera okay. I am using a landscape lens now instead of my lovely blurry portrait one because the other one, it would have to be like right on the ceiling to be able to see the desk. That's the most it can zoom in. I might have to see about getting another lens if I can get a used one because that is it zoomed out and that's it zoomed in. So when I'm working really small, I'm gonna have to hope that I can just do it in post. We have a filming area. I finally got to open the Temu haul and I got these cool wrist mats for like a computer and a mouse. This area here is super messy, but I got these little pencil pots that will match this very well. And the marker stand. We got some cool stuff and I can't show you it all now, but the video is already up if you want to take a look and see what we've picked out. I mean, honestly, I haven't filmed in ages. I wanted to film, I was going to do a week in my sketchbook, but I spontaneously went to Greece. It was completely spontaneous. We booked it on Monday to go on Friday. But I picked up this original piece of art in Greece. We went to Zakynthos. That was the island that we went to. And it was literally like €5, so like £4. For an original painting, so I picked up this one, which will look lovely on the walls. Oh, I also got a couple of prints from that haul, and Cassie sent me a print, and I now have an old painting that I picked up on a different Greek island a while ago, so the wall's gonna be pretty full. The only slight problem that I have found is IKEA don't sell the brown pegboards anymore. They only sell white and black, and I don't think white is gonna look very good on a white wall. I don't know if I can paint a pegboard. We are gonna head to IKEA, finally get this pegboard, get a few little shelves here, get a Kallax cover thing to hide some of that mess, get some nice decorations. It's gonna be great. How big is that tag? This is the pegboard that I'm after, but honestly, it's smaller than I thought it would be. So we might need to get multiple. Honestly, these artificial plant pots are actually pretty good. Like, that looks kind of real. Oh, this is actually what I wanted to get. 30 meters for that price, and apparently the paper is pretty good. So we're gonna give this a go. Honestly, this is a pretty big selection. Need some kind of sheer curtain for a bit of privacy, I think, and to block the light a little bit. Maybe something like this one. Look how fun these frames are. I really love them, honestly. Maybe we'll get a few. I have a 5x7 piece of art and an A4 that need to go on the wall. It's finally time to get a pegboard. I have no clue what to get. Maybe some of these pots, but maybe not the mesh. I don't know if I'm a fan of the mesh. And there's no brown, it's just black or white, so maybe we're gonna paint it. That was a bigger shop than what we intended, but to be fair, we have just moved into a new house. There's other stuff. It's not just the art studio. These are the boxes I picked out to go in the Kallax. This floral one, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they didn't have a great selection. I also got this red one, which I think will match it quite well. This one, which is full at the moment, is actually gonna go on this shelf here to try and hide all of this, but I don't know if the basket's gonna fit next to it. But I think it's gonna go well because this is kind of black and brown. The other two are gonna go there, which is gonna cover up my sketchbook shelf, but they're just very messy. I think we need to hide everything.
Wake up this morning, make the mistake of turning on the TV. Nothing but bad news, empty avenues, rolling on the screen. Oh, walk to the kitchen and make myself a cup of coffee. And let the old man get in a suntan on his balcony. Oh, Yeah, we both have been stuck in our apartment for 2 months too long. We don't even get along. The world just fell apart straight out of the blue. So in my mind, I whisper child, and
I picked up 2 of these really pretty rugs. They're not for here though, they're for the bedroom. There are a load of art books in boxes. I think we should take them out and put them on a table to make them look nicer than a cardboard box.
Tuscany, Italy, eating carbonara and reading Machiavelli. While the world ends, that's where I could be. Go back to my room. I pick up the laptop to do
A new art supply has arrived and you're never gonna guess what's in this box. I got spray cans. I got some freebies for spending a certain amount. I got a mask, lots of different size nozzles, this Kuretake Zig pen, which I'm super excited to try out. And these are stickers, I believe. These are pretty cool. But anyway, what we actually got, I got 2 primers, 2 mint greens, a yellow, a peachy color, and a pink. And I also got 2 matte finishes. Can you guess what any of this might be for? I don't know how much this will cover, but I've got a lot of ideas. It's really cold and it's the middle of summer and I've just put the heating on and my hair's very pink. Let's just ignore that. We are going to be spray painting. I have this cheap mirror, which is a little bit of a weird material. I was considering getting rid of it anyway, so I feel like we might as well try and spray paint this. We've got the free shelves from IKEA, which I need to remove those stickers, and 2 really big pegboards. There's a load of other things that I would like to do, but we're going to focus on these first because I don't know how far the spray paint will stretch. Here's the plan. First, we need to sand everything, then we need to prime it, then we need to add colour, and we need to wait for it to be dry enough to handle, to then flip it over, to then add more, to then leave it 8 hours, and then we varnish. I don't know what I'm doing, but this is what we're going to be doing. Okay, I also found a slight problem yesterday. Since we moved house, I completely forgot that my jelly gouache existed, and most of the paints went mouldy. Cleaning this out, last night I scraped the surface mould off of all of these, and I added some really strong hand sanitizer, and they have been left like this overnight. I hope that they don't dry completely. That's the situation. We need to shake the can for 2 to 3 minutes and then take this off, and I think this bit will just fall out. 2 to 3 minutes is a long time. I have these big pieces of cardboard and I've got various pieces of plastic. I don't actually have a garden. I have, I don't know, 5 foot by 2 foot maybe. I have a tiny, tiny little space. I don't know how much mist there'll be, but I hope it'll be okay. I might just do the 1 layer of primer for the pegboard because I don't want so many layers that it's going to be difficult to put the pegs on. I don't know if that's a thing. The shelves are going to be pink, orange and yellow, which obviously leaves this one, but I was planning on using this one for the freezer over there if I can figure out how to make that work. The option that we do have, because there's multiple colours, is to do some kind of pattern, but I have no clue how that will work, if it would work. Maybe like mint green with a yellow swirl down the middle, or a little bit of yellow and pink. We'll prime everything first and then see. I've looked at the weather forecast and it doesn't give out any rain today. It says there's a 0% chance, but look at those. It's been 5 minutes, so I'm hoping that we can touch them. Move it to the drying station. I'm glad that I didn't just go straight in with colour. There are drips, and I don't know why there's drips, so we're gonna find out. YouTube says we need to blow on it, so let's try that. I think that's a bit too late. I don't know. It looks like I was going too slow and I need to be a lot faster, which is good information. Honestly, I couldn't get that blowing technique to work. Okay, we're leaving that 5 minutes. Then we're gonna make a start on the mirror. We'll do orange, I think. Once we've added this color, we can't touch it for an hour, which is kind of crazy, but we're not gonna be able to flip the shelf over for an hour. This is gonna take a few days, I think, because I only have one area where I can actually do this. Apparently the weather forecast has now popped up with a chance of rain. I called that, didn't I? I called that. I brought everything else in since it might rain. So we're just working on these two. Alright, what do you think? First time ever spray painting, and I don't think it's that bad. I'm gonna set a timer for 1 hour and then we can go back out, flip things over and do another layer. I bought them both in. They still need to be varnished, but what do you think? We've still got the 2 shelves and the pegboards. Well, hello there. I've just looked at the weather forecast and apparently it's gonna rain a lot in the next few days. So I'm wondering if we can be strategic with where we place each item and paint them all today. The varnish will probably be another day, but the varnish is clear. This is the setup. I've got the 2 pegboards as close as possible because we're potentially gonna do a pink swirl all the way across. One of these will be pink, one's gonna be yellow. I'm gonna try and use this to separate so that I can spray each one. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll start with these 2. I shook them both for 3 minutes.
From far away she looks so good. Grew up in the same neighborhood, and that's how to rub salt in the wound. Spend a few hours on the reservoir. Never broke a bone, so I'm gonna try hard to prove you wrong.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with that, to be honest. It doesn't look as good as I was hoping. Go get the yellow. I'm wondering now if we could add a little bit of yellow to the pegboard, if that would make it better. I don't know.
That I'm not who I used to be. I'm not living at 17.
The yellow is a lot brighter than I thought it would be, but I think it slightly improved this. Obviously there are a lot of splatters, which probably aren't ideal to most people, but considering I'm kind of going for a galaxy kind of swirl, I quite like the splatters. I actually kind of deliberately did it up here because I do quite like it.
Let's go. Like a primrose.
They've been out for about 2 days and this is completely dry now. This was soaking in boiling water, so I think they might be okay. Honestly, since we moved house, I just completely forgot about the jelly gouache. Switch it on. Yeah, that's where it ends. Today's the day we finally get to put things up on the wall. Now, I'm sure you might be thinking that the art wall would actually look better behind me, and you are probably right. But we're not able to have the pegboard on that wall because of the way that the freezer lifts up and the shelves are, so it's gonna have to be on this one. But we're reaching into that IKEA bag and finally piecing everything together. I did end up getting those mesh baskets that I really wasn't sure whether I liked or not. I think after staring at them in the shop for about an hour, I decided that I do like them. But something that's probably going to have the biggest effect are these vines. I picked up these in the art studio haul that I did, and I did not expect these to look so good on the wall. I got some small hooks, I got some big hooks, but something I really did want to do was try and put the tripods on the pegboards. And I feel like tripods are the hardest thing to find a home for, so I'm hoping that this is gonna work. But look at all of those vines. All that's left are the 3 shelves that have been spray painted. Whilst these ledges do look pretty, the biggest reason that I got these was actually so that I could use each one as a little camera stand. My partner picked out these fake plants, and what I love about these is the fact that they are already white and ready to be painted on. So maybe in future we might paint on these. Would that be something that you're interested in? I just filmed an entire other video because I had a huge Lee Ellickson haul to unbox, and then we did something. We created the art wall. I'm sorry, but this video is getting so long. I had to do it in a different one. Let me show you how it's turned out. I've moved the pencil stand along because this is where it was going to end up. I might need to add a little bit more tape because some of them are just a little bit out. Especially these ones, they're not staying flat. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing with those. This is the wall. It's been a couple of successful days and look how good it's looking. One thing I did want to do was fill these pots with some pens. I have highlighters, I have these brush markers, and I'm not sure where the mild liners are. I might have to go find them. I think I'll be a lot more likely to use them if they're within arm's reach. Do you know what? It doesn't hold very much though. Yay. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Now that I've filmed the video, I think it's time to clear up the mess. The house is a mess, my hair is a mess, we're just gonna ignore that. I picked up these sheet curtains from IKEA and we're gonna pop them on the windows. This house is quite overlooked and people stare at me when we film, so it would be nice to have a little bit more privacy. Also, it kind of stops the sun coming in at a harsh angle, I think, hopefully. Nice. These are long. I'm gonna cut off these tags because, like, those are huge. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to cut this. Cutting up these sheets to the perfect length, but one thing that I didn't think of is the fact that the ends kind of fray. So there's like little bits of string that fall off. I mean, the IKEA packaging says to just cut it, but I guess ideally we should be like folding it up and sewing it. Maybe that's a job for the future. And after staring at the studio every day and debating if we need any more vines, yes, the answer is yes. I had 12 separate pieces of vines, and it might seem a little bit overboard, but I felt like this corner was just looking a little bit bare, especially compared to the other side. So we're going crazy. There are vines everywhere. Do you remember when I said that my jelly gouache has got a bit moldy, but I think I fixed it? Maybe, possibly. Well, I haven't. I'm gonna show you. If you don't want to see, look away now. It's literally been fine for years and I don't know, it went bad. Okay, so the white is brown and fuzzy, and the red is brown and fuzzy. The blue has gone really white and fuzzy. The green has white and black, which is different. These ones just have little random spots. This one's got a weird kind of dark goo. This one has a strange green spot, and that one also has black fuzzy. So that's what we're dealing with. Pink one might be okay. This blue one is the only one that looks really good. These I think are fine. These are maybes. I mean, look how different it looks. Isn't that crazy? Like, what to look out for? They all look different. Keep the good pile. Keep the maybes, but pop them in the other end. And I think we're gonna have to bin all of these, which is really sad. Now we get to open up something exciting. I picked up these lights from Temu. It's a pink LED strip, kind of like gamer lights. And I'm hoping that if this goes up on the wall behind me, it's really going to brighten up that area. And because it's pink, I mean, it goes with the branding. And hopefully it will make the background look a little bit less grey, a little bit warmer. Who knows? Ah, how cool does that look? Doesn't it look silly? So this is the new background for when I film. I just felt like it looked a bit grey, so now it's pink. I found something really cool, as long as it works, on Facebook Marketplace, but it's a printer, and that feels like such a big investment. But honestly, I'm really excited. I never thought I'd be able to have one, and there's so much I can do now. Hopefully, let's go pick it up. Oh, look how cool it looks. Obviously, I haven't got nice paper yet, but I want to give it a try. I think it's been sat around for a while, so I think we kind of need to just print. So I'm going to quickly make something. I've put together a bit of a collage, and I don't know if this is going to work at all. Obviously, it is plain paper, but let's see. I mean, it's hard to tell because it's literally really cheap plain paper. I'm gonna have to figure out where the point is to not get it like this. Honestly, that's super exciting. I'm gonna have to watch a load of tutorials and stuff to figure out how to make it look as good as possible, but it's really exciting. It's been a while since we've had a little art studio chat. I just painted this tree and I'm waiting for it to dry. Honestly, it's in a little bit of an odd spot where it was looking good, and now it's been used so much that it's not looking good. We popped the Christmas tree there, and honestly, it doesn't poke out too much. It's about the same as the freezer. But that's meant the books have had to go here. There's actually 3 of these tables, and I'd really like to spray paint them. Try and keep some of the original wood. Maybe spray paint the sides and make the top nice, a bit like a farmhouse style. But unfortunately, that's gonna have to be a project for next year because it's too cold to do any kind of painting now. Also, you know how I wanted to paint checkerboard on this wall? That's gonna have to be next year too, unfortunately. I've added the pink lights to try and make it less grey, but I think this wall also needs to be quite a nice warm tone rather than something like blue. Because the printer's here for now, this is all on the floor. So the studio is messier. A little bit like this shelf here, which was honestly looking pretty good. But now it's actually being used, it's got messy again. Also, I'd like to paint the archway, though it does get a little bit weird here. A nice bright coral red, I think could look really cool. There's a second archway in the kitchen that I'd also like to paint. I've got 2 ideas for murals. The first one is crazy. If I can, I'd like to attempt to paint, you know that really iconic painting in the Sistine Chapel where the 2 hands are touching on the ceiling? I saw it and I really want to paint it on top of the stairs. I think it could look really cool. But obviously it's me and I don't really use acrylic, so I don't know if I could possibly do that. And the second idea, I'd like to paint the wall from Toy Story. You know that blue wall with all the white clouds? There's this space in the bathroom where I think it could look really cool. Should we pop the paint on the pegboard? Finally, look how bare it looks. Also, trying to do this as cheap as possible for now. Picked up this chair on Facebook Marketplace for free. Picked up this tiny desk that's kind of like an old school desk and it lifts up and everything. We got that one for £5 from the charity shop. So the entire desk and chair combo was £5. I mean, it works. Maybe in future we'll get slightly fancier stuff, but for now it works. I also wanted to spray paint this freezer like we said. We're gonna need a really sunny day. I mean, the best thing to do would be to take the entire freezer outside and spray paint it there, because if I do it inside, that could be a mess. That is a job for next summer too. It's finally time to sort out this pegboard. Yes, it's been months since we put it up. Honestly, I knew that this was going to be quite a big task. That's why I didn't rush to do it. I wanted to set aside an entire day, and it took the entire day. It's surprising how long this took. The biggest part is that we're using these hooks. Having paint on a pegboard like this is just an iconic look. I will say though, I really didn't think it through. We've got everything. It's going to look fantastic. plastic. I had no clue how many hooks I would need, how many hooks would look good on the pegboard, and you can see that we've got more than enough to put all of the gouache tubes up. However, I don't have enough for all of the acrylic gouache tubes, and I didn't realize until we'd finished the entire thing, and I realized that the acrylic gouache is actually what I'm going to use straight from the tube. The rest of these are just there to look pretty, and I mean they do look pretty. We've got an entire row at the top, which almost fits them all perfectly. Obviously the tinsel will be going soon, but I think I'm gonna need to go back to IKEA to get some more hooks. But we've got lots of pencil pots to organize. These are looking crazy messy, like the kind of messy that I don't even reach for them because I don't know where anything is. So we need to organize this. I also picked up a few containers that can attach to the pegboard, and I think I would like to fill these with pens and pencils too, to really make the most of the space that we have. If I was going to put every single pen and pencil in pots on shelves, we don't have enough shelves in this studio. We don't have that many surfaces to put things on. So I love that we're able to actually use the pegboard for storage as well. And whilst I'm loving how this art studio is coming along, I really do want to make sure that this space is also colourful and feels homely as well. This room is directly attached to the front door. There's no hallway or anything. It is the first room that you walk into. So it needs to be a happy space. I don't want it to feel like an office. I don't want it to feel like work. I want it to feel like a place where me and my partner like to be. As I said earlier, this is replacing a living room or lounge. There's no dining room, no sitting room, no other area. We actually sold our sofa because we decided that we'd prefer to have 2 desks and chairs. Honestly, I don't feel like we're missing out by not having a sofa in the slightest. We have the TV upstairs, the PlayStation, we game, we watch telly, we eat dinner upstairs in the bedroom, and that's how we've made the space work for us. If you live in a small house like this one, it's important to adapt because there really isn't the space, and this art studio is going to grow and evolve. Once I get physical products in and open up my shop, I'm sure we're going to have to move some things around to try and create more space. I got a thing, and if you've seen any of my old videos, you're not going to be surprised. I picked up some vinyl marble for the desk. This isn't exactly the colour that I wanted. I kind of wanted it to be slightly pink, but it's almost Christmas, and I'm going into a little bit of a filming session, so I really wanted this marble on the desk. The one I forgot to order would have taken too long to arrive. Now, I wasn't planning to vinyl this desk, like I had thought about it, but it just wasn't showing up very well on videos. I mean, there's a few scratches, so it's not really a big deal, but it's all of these darker patches in the wood. All of these dark lines, they show up really fuzzy on camera, and I don't really know why. But because it's mostly white, in theory, it should be easier to colour grade. To be honest, I really don't know how long I'm going to have this desk for. Eventually, I would like a standing desk, because I do have slight problems with my legs, so it would be nice to have a standing one. But it's probably going to look a little bit odd in the studio tour. We're doing it for the videos. I'm thinking this one is going to be easier than last time, where I did like a windowsill that was in a corner. I don't have a squeegee, I meant to get one, but what I'm going to do is use a metal ruler, wrap it in a microfiber cloth. I think that might work, just to make it a little bit softer so it doesn't tear any holes in or anything. I think that will work, maybe? Let's give this a go. I think it's quite shiny though, this one, that is the only thing. So I'm hoping it won't reflect that much. Look how pretty it is. I don't know why, I just love these. We've got a lot of excess. I think we're just going to stick it down and then deal with the corners afterwards. Probably isn't the right thing to do, but I just want to double check. What if we do it backwards? Kind of treat it like cold laminate, which I've also never used. I have seen people use them. That will do, I guess. Hopefully that will be okay. Do not need that. As neater than last time. I feel like I've been filming this vlog for so long that we've just passed every single step of this studio. And if you're watching my videos, you're probably like, why does it look so different every time? I mean, I don't think it's too bad. Like, maybe if you don't look too closely, and definitely if you don't go underneath. It looks a little bit odd having marble on a desk in a studio. I do get that. I think it will make the videos look better. Oh, maybe it is the same marble actually. This is the one that I used last time in my older videos. No, that's slightly different, right? I think this one is a little bit more grey. I do think I prefer this one to the previous one. I had some left over, so I just decorated this sketchbook. It's literally Christmas tomorrow. So I picked up some reduced Christmas lights. They're warm white with a clear cable. Ignore my nails. We've got 2 for a reason. Ignoring the mess. This is the very professional sketch that I did. I just think we need more light. As you can see, now that we're in winter, behind me looks grey. It's supposed to be white. In the summer, it looks lovely and white. And in the winter, it looks grey. I picked up this light and this is it at max brightness, but it's not really doing a lot. So I think we need more light. I've got this little one that's going to go there, hopefully, and brighten up that section. It's a dark shelf with some wooden boxes on top and a dark printer. The second box is going to go around the pegboard. Hopefully that will look okay. This one is 7 meters and this one is 14 meters. So I think that will be more than enough. Let's check that they work first. Nice. So I'm hoping that this is going to be able to just go round here and I'm not going to need to put any nails or anything in. Oh, I've still got quite a bit left. Oh, it's getting all tangled. Oh no. Oh, actually, that does look quite cool. Okay. Why does it keep switching off? Oh, is it on like a setting, do you think? What do you think? Obviously, I'll have to figure out how to stop it from flashing. Now we've got this one. Let's check that these ones work first as well, because I do not want to get them all up on the wall and then find out that they don't. Yay! I mean, we could start by going up. Yeah, there's still quite a lot. Do you know what? Why don't we just stick the Christmas tree on as well? Let's go crazy. This is the setup with 2 nails. I did one in the middle and one over there. Oh, party. It needs to be tidied a little bit, but what do you think? We've got the pink light, we've got that one. The tree won't be here soon. The other option was to put a light up there. Ooh, what if we continue it? I didn't think of that. It looks a bit less grey. That's what I was aiming for. Just a little bit less grey, a little bit warmer. This is the Christmas studio. It's January, the Christmas tree is down, all the decorations are down, so we can move all of these books back over here. Honestly, I can't wait until we get some lovely warm weather again because I really want to spray paint these tables. I'd like this art studio to be a colourful, happy place. I mean, it's also our living room, so it needs to feel homely. Filling a space with colour and art helps comfort and relax me. And it just makes me happy. When I walk in the house and I see this room and I see all of these colours, that's what makes me happy. So we can expand on it. We can add more colour. Of course we can. So I had a thought. What if we paint this wall and make it a feature wall? Doing like spirals or something over it with a few different colours. Obviously we're going to have the checkerboard on that one. But what do you think? With the fireplace, would it look really cute? Of course, the other thought that we had was to just remove the fire. It's only electric anyway. We could put some shelves in. But I presume the walls are going to be quite thin, so I don't think that would really work. I need to go through this calendar and take all of the art out. And there's also loads of prints here that need to go up on the wall, which is what I'm now going to do. I'm going to pop a load of prints up here as well. But that's going to be in Sunday's video. This one is already crazy long. So make sure you come back in a few days' time if you want to see the process of the entire art wall. But for now, it's time for the reveal. There's a whole lot more that I'd love to do with this studio, and there will be more videos coming up in the moving series. But for now, I think this space is done. It's successfully been converted into an art studio. It's not a living room, it's not a hallway. It's a fully functioning art studio and I am so happy with what we've created. This is one of the most chaotic vlogs I've ever filmed. We moved into a brand new house. This was a bedroom, then it was a whole mess, and now we finally have a working art studio. But over the rest of the year, there's still a lot more to come, so I hope to see you there. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you on Sunday as we unbox an art haul and create the art wall. Bye bye.